your jaws.
Put the gun down before you kill someone.
Teenage Girl's Diary.
Hello, and welcome to another Dollar Store Drive-In. I'm your host, Laura.
I'm Joel.
And we're the Newlydeads. And this morning, Joel, I was terrified.
Why?
As I was driving to work today, there was a storm outside.
I wondered where you were going with this.
A terrifying, terrible storm.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Full of mega lightning!
Not just Mega A lightning, but actual Mega lightning.
And that's what movie we watched this week. Mega Lightning.
Brought to you by ITN Distribution. Thank you, Randy, for providing us with this film.
Film.
This flick, this movie.
Yes. But before we get on to that, we should explain who we are.
And what we do. Dollar Store Drive-In is typically a chance for us to go out into the wild, to Goodwill, Salvation Army, whatever, wherever. As long as the film is under $5, it's in the horror or maybe sci-fi thriller genre. We've never seen it before, or it's free. We will watch it and then talk about it on the show. In this case, once a month, we dedicate it to ITN Distribution, who Randy, who works there, provided us with a bunch of movies to screen and then review for them. Some good, some not so good. We try to be critique it, but not be critical. Got that backwards. See where that's going. And so this week, that's what we're dedicating this to.
It's ITN. Yeah. And so, yeah, we watched Mega Lightning. It was Mega Lightning.
It's just what you think, which...
Mega Lightning.
As you notice, there's no box here because these are screeners that we get sent that we watch via the intranet, which is this magical tube system of information and cat videos that you can watch if you have internet.
That's a good way to explain it.
And if you don't have any, you can borrow a cut from the neighbors, like if your power goes out, because Mega Lightning or something. I think that's going to be the stick this week. The stick.
Mega Lightning.
It's like a rock and roll thing.
I was thinking about it on my way home.
Yeah, I think it works.
I think so too.
So typically you grab the box at this point and you read the lovely synopsis to me, and I, gaze longingly as I'm imagining what's happening in the film, but this time we don't have that, so you got to make it up.
See, the hard part is, though, I've watched the film, so...
Yeah. So you gotta regurgitate it back, because the fans of the show, the watchers, the friends, the whatevers, the fiends, they're not going to know what it's about until they see the trailer. And
okay. In a land, do they say where they're at? Australia? Is that where they are?
Somewhere that has Mega Lightning.
Somewhere where they have accents. On a mountain, two travelers traveled through the woods. As they began to travel, they heard a rumbling from above. As the rumbling rumbled above them, they started to see lightning strikes. And they started to panic. So they start to run. And as they're running, the lightning is chasing them, seemingly just striking all around them and all near them until they are no more. Shortly thereafter, the lightning begins to travel in other places. Soon we see a man on the side of the road who needs assistance. But his motives are so much more sinister and darker than what anyone could ever imagine. Throughout the time, we see an amazing lightning show, and who knows what will happen to the crazy man and his crazy deeds. That was a very bad
That was a very long synopsis.
I was just trying to like think of like the main thing, points.
If you vaguely remember your synopsis prior to watching the film,
Yeah.
When I was editing it, I'd forgotten kind of what you had said, and totally different story.
Yeah.
Like that, what the original synopsis was.
I know, it's like a monster coming out of the ground and stuff.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, wait till you watch it on the replay, and when that episode airs next week, you're gonna be like,
good times.
Whoa.
Good times.
So we should get the collection of clips known as a trailer on the deck here, and show the folks what we got to watch this week.
All right, we'll be right back.
Anything?
A bit treacherous.
If what they're saying on the news is correct, this could be the biggest natural disaster in history in a matter of...
Thunder really freaks me out.
Come on, answer.
Sorry. Afternoon, girls.
Cheers.
Get out. It's just a bit light, isn't it?
Polly, get out now! Polly, get out! That's not
Push through! Love! Pull up! Pull up!
Yeah.
We're back.
Yeah.
Are you terrified, Joel?
Of what?
I think it's supposed to rain again.
Shrapnel. No.
Shrapnel.
Yeah, I was going to say a curse, and we don't curse on this show. We
No.
try not to. Although, I don't know why we don't, because the trailers that we show have blood, guts, gore, and icky stuff, and then cursing. Sometimes I'll purposely grab the red band trailer just because.
Because it's funny.
But we don't. It's weird. It's a weird kind of thing. Anyway, so I've got my notes here that includes a mega lightning killing a person, a clown that's confused. I'll explain that one later, and a guy with no head and a sword. They're not connected. Neither is his head. But anyway, so Mega Lightning is from 2022, so this just came out. Probably written over the course of COVID, who knows. Currently it's sitting at 2.1 out of 10 on the Internet Movie Database.
That's generous.
Yeah, so we're already giving away. We're showing our hand, I can tell. So this is directed by David Gregory, who also directed Curse of Bloody Mary, Vampire Flies, which is in production currently, and Return of Krampus. Now, there are other things on their resume, but these are the ones I thought were most of interest to our viewers. Now, the writers, both of them have extensive credits, which I've got my phone here to maybe do just a real quick rundown, because you've got to know what other things exist. Yeah, Shaggy was just showing off his little tail there.
But
But the first one is Scott Jeffrey, who wrote Conjuring the Plastic Surgeon 2, Curse of Humpty Dumpty 1 and 2,
I want to see that.
Cannibal Troll, which I think most trolls are cannibals. I think, like, they grind their bones into bread. Isn't that what the one said in
I
Jack
think
and the
so.
Beanstalk? So it's kind of a redundant, but Shaggy, hey, I appreciate that you like your junk, but quit licking it on the camera. The other writer is Tom Jolliffe, who I only put 2 of his on here. The Leprechaun's Curse, which you've ever seen the box for it. If you've ever been on Tubi, you've probably run across this film, especially if you watch genre pictures like we do. And the other one that I just thought was too perfect not to include is a film that just came out also recently called Fire-nado.
Yeah, I think it goes along with Mega Lightning.
It's a thing, and we try to never get our phones out here, but I have to, because So Tom Jeffrey is responsible also for Mother Krampus, the Bad Nun Deadly Vows, Mummy Reborn, Cyber Bride, the Candy Witch, Conjuring the Genie, the Curse of Humpty Dumpty that I mentioned, followed by the Legend of Jack and Jill, because, you know, Curse of Humpty Dumpty 2 had to be made. I really want to know what Curse of the Plastic Surgeon Part 2, or Conjuring the Plastic Surgeon
Conjuring
Part
the
2
Plastic
is.
Surgeon.
Because
Surgery?
why they're conjuring a plastic surgeon in the first place is kind of weird. Surgeon? I'm saying it weird.
Surgery.
And then the other guy, Tom Jolliffe, is also responsible for Cyber Bride, Tooth Fairy 2, Witches of Amityville Academy, Tooth Fairy 3, Legend of Jack and Jill, The Leprechaun's Curse, as previously mentioned, The Wrath of Van Helsing. Van Helsing's a good guy, isn't he?
Well, he gets mad, though, if he can't catch his beasts.
I guess. And then he made War of the Worlds The Attack, which was apparently, I don't know, some sort of a pseudo-sequel or something. Anyway, I'm going to have a hell of a time editing all those boxes onto the screen here, so it may just be a cacophony of noise. What?
That was a lot.
That was a lot.
Maybe just a lot of lightning strikes.
You've already seen last week's episode, apparently. No. You'll see. So this stars, I only put the 2 lead female characters, not the mom, but the 2 main girls, and who I think were supposed to be teens, but I think that's being generous. So the first one is Maria Taylor, who was in Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, which was actually in theaters, and we briefly bandied about going to see it, but didn't get the greatest reviews, but I'm curious, and now there's a sequel that's being made. And Meg Kelly, who was also in Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. She was in a film called Easter Killing and The Nutcracker Massacre. Seems like something my wife would enjoy.
Are they massacring the Nutcrackers, or are the Nutcrackers massacring people?
I really don't know. That's just
Or
it.
massacring nuts.
It's that. See, now that would be a good movie if it was just about a bunch of people sitting around eating walnuts with nutcrackers for 90 minutes.
Be like, man, you really massacred that pile of nuts.
Yep. Lots of good cholesterol. So, at this point, my wife usually asks me,
What'd you think?
And I'm going to say, I don't want to tell you all the things I think, because Randy, you've been so kind to provide us with all these films. You're such a nice guy. You didn't make the movie. I know. We spent a long time chatting with you on the phone, got to know each other. Really great guy. ITN is a great company, but I'm sorry, this film it's awful.
And, like, not in a good way.
No.
It could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been, like, funny, like, you know...
Like Bigfoot.
Yes.
From the asylum, who's got it down to a science.
Yes. Because, you know, you've got a low budget.
Yep.
You've got lightning strikes coming down.
Yep.
And, like, I feel like, you know, the way that they were, like, killing the people with the lightning strikes, okay. We
enjoyed those. We even rewound them to make sure.
I even liked it when the lightning was chasing them and the ground was disappearing.
It happened.
And then, you know, a car just fell right into the earth. But it looked just like a big hole. Go with that. What got me was the center of the film.
Just why?
You've got this guy who, like, needs help or whatever, assistance from this lady, and...
Needs help.
Yeah, he kidnaps her. And then is, like, rapey and beady and, like... Stabby, and like, why? It has nothing to do with the mega lightning.
Shakespearean dialogue at her, and then breaks character every once in a while, and uses chloroform, and the way he used it, let me tell you from experience, you don't want to do what he did, because you're going to kill somebody. Wait, did I say that? And not from experience, from watching films is what I mean. Anyway, yeah, like, if they would have leaned into the fact that the lightning was literally attacking people, they even made note of it in the news story that it was, for some reason, attracted
to human, like, heat or something? I don't know.
Electrical impulses or something.
Yeah.
If they would have leaned into that and made the lightning the villain, but they didn't. They had to decide to have this guy who has this giant book of people that he's murdered and that he's tortured and God knows what else, be the central thing is that there's a kidnapping, and that's kind of the...
And then, like, you know, some people were getting murdered or killed by not murdered, but killed by the lightning, and then having to run away from the lightning and, like, trying to go inside or whatever, and so then they end up in this guy's house. Like, everybody in the movie ends up in this guy's house.
And apparently he's never been caught after, like... With the size of the book he had, it probably held at least 200 photos. It was pretty full, so...
Yeah.
And he was maybe my age, so, you know, he's been pretty busy for being in his late 40s. But yeah, like everything around it, I mean, you have people's heads exploding, I'm down. You got cars disappearing in the earth, I'm down. You got people running and then suddenly stopping to say, I've got something to tell you, and then exploding, you know.
I think my fake synopsis the first time probably would have been a better...
That's what I was hoping for.
You know, have a big lightning strike open up the earth, and like a lightning monster comes out, and now it's Mega Lightning, and they have to kill Mega Lightning.
I mean...
Done. Bada boom.
I even wrote right here on my notes in big bold letters, dumb, after it was over, because I didn't know what else to say about it. And it was funny because at one point in the film they referenced Fire NATO as being there, so it's the same universe.
And, you know, have a Fire NATO with Mega Lightning.
I would watch that.
Yeah.
I would probably own that. And the movie, I mean, it starts out fairly strong in the first 5 minutes with the first kill being so ridiculous and over the top that you can't help but like it.
I was like, okay.
And then there was 25 minutes of nothing.
Yeah, because it was that rapey guy. I know. And lots of back and forth with the teenagers and their teenager boyfriends who are clearly in their 40s.
And why okay, there's spoilers here, I'm sorry. So we won't give away the very end maybe, but the dad of the kids, girls, young adults, gets hit by a tree branch. The wife doesn't stop to check his pulse, doesn't stop to check if he's breathing, doesn't even walk over to him to check on him at all. She just assumes that he's dead and hauls ass to the killer's house.
Yeah, to get kidnapped.
Right. To call her kids and say, you know, nothing about their dad being dead. And then the kids show up, they find the dad, they don't check his pulse, they don't check his breathing, they don't even go over to him, and, well, one of them does eventually. But they don't check him to make sure that he's alive, they just also assume that he's dead because there's a little bit of blood on his head and apparently he got hit by a branch. Not even a big branch. So he got a really soft skull.
Big branch. It was a big branch.
Although, when the piece of the house fell, that was probably the pinnacle of...
It started like... And then it starts going like this, and then...
Like,
it flies into a girl.
Yeah, there was no wind or anything to pick it up. It just... It was like the magic bullet of roof pieces. And also, with all the lightning and thunder, there was zero rain.
Yeah. I mean, you can have lightning storms without rain, I guess, but...
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Maybe it's not... I drew a picture here of paint drying, and I said this. That would be more exciting to watch paint drying. Because it felt like... It was an hour-and-a-half movie, and it felt like it was like 6 days. Like, I generally... I'll watch anything.
You aged 6 days while watching an hour and a half.
But I was literally, like, midway through the movie, like, is this over yet? How much is left?
I feel bad.
You shouldn't. I feel bad for David Gregory, who probably put a lot of time and energy into the film, only to end up with this product. But he's, you know, got other movies that he's making. So...
Hopefully they're better.
Yeah. So we have... Probably should move on to our announcement and talk about next week and stuff. And
sadness. You look sad.
Some extra stuff. Yeah, I was hoping for like an asylum thing. I really was, and I was hoping it was going to be somewhere along your lines of the storytelling.
Yeah. Because
I really wanted Lightning to have
to be a character.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. It was just kind of like an afterthought. Why are you calling it Mega Lightning?
Call it Mega Serial Killer.
Yeah. Don't call it Mega Lightning. Yeah. Just call it Mega Dickhead. Jerk. After he just said, like, we're not gonna swear on here.
That's all right.
Mega rapey.
I said that, so we're good.
Yeah.
It's our show. We can do what we want.
We can.
There's a lot of other worse stuff on this channel.
There are.
But, in terms of violence and language and whatnot.
Yes.
Great shows, though. You should watch them.
Yeah, they're all good.
We're fans. So anyway, I guess it's time to rate it.
Rate it on a scale of 1 to 5.
I thought you'd had this already.
I know.
Even Bailey's upset.
I think it's starting to rain.
Weird.
We just heard like raindrops coming down the old fireplace. Let's do, just lightning strikes.
Okay. I hate to say it, but well, no. I take that back. The kills were fun, and I enjoyed them, so I'll give it 0.5. But that's only because of that.
Is that the lowest rating you've ever given? Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
I did not fall asleep.
I may have given a 0, but I'm not sure. Maybe a 0 for Dead Sea.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
I liked it a little bit better than Dead Sea, so I'm gonna give it a 1.
Oof. See, that was my question to her last night. I said, don't tell me. I'm just curious if this was better than Dead Sea.
Dead Sea still the reigning loser.
Good job.
So, if they don't want to watch this movie, what should they watch?
I think they should watch a film by the Asylum that could teach them how to make a good film out of what they did here. Take this and turn it into something that is enjoyable and that turns into a phenomenon. So I'm going to go with Sharknado, because that does this type of thing right. Doesn't have the best special effects, doesn't have the greatest story, doesn't have the best acting, but it leans hard into the camp side of it and ends up with a franchise and some really amazingly
Yeah,
fun
how many
stuff.
NATOs are there?
6.
6.
Then there's Lavalantula. There was 2 of those that kind of spun off of that. There was a documentary about it. There was even a fan film or something else. There was some other thing that was tied to it. But anyway.
Lavalantula.
Yeah, 1 and 2. Steve Gutenberg. Check it out.
Check it out. So what do we got going on?
All right. So in the time we have remaining, if you've been watching the show and paying attention, oh, sorry, I shouldn't do that. The dogs know that is
You're
a
making
signal.
the dogs, yeah, riled up.
Laura and I had this idea that for the month of October, we were going to choose 13 different films, put them in up to our viewership, and have them choose the top 4 from those 13 films. And then we were going to take those top 4, randomize them, put them into a month of movies, and also pick a winner from all of the people that voted that would then win a prize from the Newlydeads. So we have done that. Everything was randomized except for you were voting.
Her dog is getting riled up over here.
Yeah, Bailey's getting a little aggro. I'm not sure why. I think he's hungry or he heard something. I don't know. So Laura called it October's Spooktacular Showdown.
He's mad at you.
Bailey, are you mad at me?
He kept looking at you.
Bailey, are you mad at me, buddy? Do you want to come sit over here? Is that why?
Come here.
So anyway, for the entire month of October, for the next 4 weeks, though you will already know what movies they are, you're already going to know when they're going to air, and you've got a chance to watch them because they're all available online. These are all under $5 to rent on Google Play. They're all related to Halloween or October or the season.
Let's watch them together.
And they're all things we haven't seen. So yeah, feel free to watch them and then join us in the chat. I forgot to mention that. Oops.
Oh yeah.
At Tinker
Hopefully
Television.
you're watching, or hopefully you joined us on the chat already.
Yeah, we've had a regular chatty. So
yeah.
If anybody else wants to join them, we're waiting. All right, so do you want to announce the winner, or should we announce the movies first?
Let's announce the movies.
Okay. So, the first film that we're going to watch starting next week, which will be the first week in October, by the time you see this, is The House of the Witch, number 1. Second film we're going to watch is Stan Helsing. The third film we're going to watch is Bad Apples. And the fourth film, The Haunting of Murder House.
I'm excited. That one was like overwhelmingly successful.
Yeah, you guys really took some time and we talked to some of them. Didn't some of them say they like watched the trailers and stuff?
Oh yeah, Michelle.
Yeah. I mean, you guys seem to like either A, picked them out for things that you wanted to torture us. You picked them out because you thought they looked good yourself.
She thought it looked good.
Some
One
of them
she said not so much.
some people tried to find things that didn't look bad because they didn't want to torture us because they're our friends. But yes, thank you again to everybody who participated. And so at this point, we should announce the winner, who is
Jeannie! Our friend Jeannie.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that. You know who you are.
That's what I'm saying. Our friend Jeannie.
So we will contact you once this episode is aired, so you have a chance to see it live. And then after it's aired, we'll reach out to you and let you know. We've already got your info. We know where you live, I think. I'm pretty sure.
No, she moved, but we will find you.
We know how to find you. And we'll get you something. We're not sure exactly what that is yet.
Yes, but thank you to everyone who participated, and hopefully we'll do something like this again in the future. Maybe we can do like a Creepmas month.
That's a good idea.
I know, like, Christmas isn't, very shortly out, like a short time after.
That gives us
October,
November to go back into the
I just think it'd be neat. It was fun for sure.
I gotta say, I was really happy with the results. A lot of times people don't get involved in this sort of thing, but you guys stepped up and you did. Some people, just like really seemed to have fun with it. So
yeah,
it made me happy. It made us happy.
So, thank you. Also, if this is before October 7th, which it is, right? Before October 7th, yes. You can join us at the Witches Market at the Boone County Fairgrounds.
It's the last time we're going to talk about that.
Probably, yeah. This is because this is going to be, No. Because the first, we'll have one more airing on the 4th, right? This
is the first. This show is going to air on the first
week of October?
Wednesday of October.
Oh.
So it will be airing on October the 4th.
So, then you won't... Yeah, this will be the last time that we're going to say this. But we're going to be at the Witches Market at the Boone County Fairgrounds on October 7th from... I don't remember now. It's on the screen.
4 to 10.
4 to 10. I was going to say noon because that's when we have to be out there.
We have to be there early.
We have to be there early.
But all of our... friends that are artists and makers and candlestick bakers.
85 plus vendors, bands, food trucks, a witches dance. It's going to be a blast. Tarot card readers. There's going to be art and what?
Oh, I was going to say, plus our friends Liz and Randy, who are the brain children behind the whole thing.
And one of the most amazing human beings that we have ever met. We love them.
So if you see them, tell them that we sent you and, shake their hands, give them a hug, whatever they're comfortable with.
Mm-hmm. And come see us and then shake our hands and give us hugs too.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
So where can they find us?
They can also find us on the interwebs at thenewlydeads.com for all of your spooky needs. And, of course, you can find us here on Tingler Television, but you can also find us on YouTube because we do other kinds of shows as well. So, we do a Sinister Snacks where we try different snacks. We do a caffeinated coffee review.
Which, incidentally, we've been talking about Dead City Coffee recently, and if you've not checked them out, do yourself a favor. If you're in the... Where are they from?
Elkhorn.
If you're in the Elkhorn area, look them up, or just go to the website at deadcitycoffee.com.
Janesville, Wisconsin. Yeah, you can go to their website.
And they go out and do stuff all the time, but man.
Yeah, I think you can buy their coffee on their website. I know you can.
Good stuff.
I cannot wait until we can buy Stab. I just want to say, because we got to sample it, and it is.
Yeah, the review will be up by the time you see this, so you can see it
favorite.
on our YouTube page.
Yep. All right. And that's all she wrote. Homie. So until next time,
keep it cheap and creepy.
Bye.
Go look after your mother and sister. Where are you going? I'm gonna finish this.